Have you ever noticed how simple the world is on television? It's wonderful. If you want to visit the Middle East, just pack a bag for the desert. All of it is a desert, you see? Camels are the main form of transportation, and everyone lives in a tent or a palace. There is no in-between. Latin America? Oh, that's easy. It's one big party. Everyone is always dancing salsa in the streets, probably near a colorful old car. Don't forget your dancing shoes. And Africa? So simple. It's a giant safari park. Lions and giraffes roam freely through every single country, from Egypt to South Africa. It's a very convenient way to see wildlife. This version of the world is so much easier to understand. Forget about the complexities of history, politics, or modern life. Who needs to know about the bustling tech hubs in Dubai or the sophisticated art scenes in Bogota? Why learn about the unique political systems of the 54 different countries in Africa? That all sounds very complicated. It's much better to stick with the simple stories we've been told. These stories make for great movies and quick news reports. They fit neatly into a 2-hour film or a 30-second video clip. They are comfortable, familiar, and require absolutely no thinking. The media has been our trusted guide in this simplified world tour for decades. Long before your favorite influencer discovered the perfect filter, news reports and Hollywood films were doing the heavy lifting. They painted entire continents with a single brush. Asia, for instance, was often shown as a mysterious place full of ancient temples, quiet, submissive people, and maybe a dragon or two. This was especially true after major global events, like the wars of the 20th century or the attacks of 9/11. Fear and misunderstanding became powerful tools. It was easier to create a simple enemy or a simple exotic other than to explain the messy, beautiful truth of human diversity. And so, we learned our lessons well. We learned that some places are dangerous and others are exotic. We learned that entire populations share one personality. This is not just lazy storytelling. It's a masterclass in missing the point. It teaches us to see the world not as it is, but as a collection of clichés. It's a fantasy world, carefully constructed for our entertainment. The only problem is when we forget it's a fantasy. The only problem is when we buy a plane ticket and expect the real world to be just as simple as the one on our screens. Let's create some travel content. It's easy. First, pick a continent. Let's say Latin America. Your video must include salsa music. It doesn't matter if you are in Argentina, where tango is king, or in a region of Mexico with its own rich folk music. Just use salsa. Find a brightly colored wall and stand in front of it. If you can find an old classic car from the 1950s, that's even better. Your caption should say something about the fiery passion and vibrant spirit of the people. You have now successfully represented over 20 countries and 660 million people. Congratulations, you are a travel expert. Now let's try Asia. This one is all about spirituality and serenity. Go to any temple. It doesn't matter which one. Wear a flowing dress or loose-fitting pants. Pose with your hands in a prayer position, even if you don't know what it means. Look thoughtful. Your caption should mention finding yourself or connecting with ancient wisdom. Do not show the traffic-jammed streets of Bangkok or the high-tech world of Seoul. That would ruin the illusion. Your followers want to see the Asia from the movies, the one that is quiet, mystical, and exists only for your spiritual journey. Africa is another easy one to get right, if by right you mean completely wrong. The key here is to focus only on two things: wild animals and tribes. Go on a safari and take many pictures of elephants. Then find a local village. Take a photo with the children. In your caption, talk about how happy they are with so little. Mention their simple life and rich culture, but don't bother to learn the name of their ethnic group or any details about their actual lives. This formula reduces an entire continent of incredible diversity, of bustling cities, innovative artists, and brilliant scientists, to a backdrop for your adventure. The Middle East also has a very strict script you must follow. Your photos must have sand. Lots of sand. A camel is a required accessory. If you are a woman, you must wear a headscarf, even if you are in a place where it's not required. Look mysterious. Talk about the magic of the desert and the ancient traditions. Completely ignore the modern architecture of Doha, the thriving art galleries in Beirut, or the everyday life of a university student in Amman. The goal is not to show reality. The goal is to confirm the stereotype that your audience already has in their heads. It's easier, and it gets more likes. The modern travel influencer has a very difficult job. They must convince you that their highly planned, perfectly staged, and beautifully filtered photograph is a moment of pure, spontaneous authenticity. Look at them, laughing with the locals. They don't tell you that they paid the locals to pose for the photo. See them getting lost in a charming old town? They are following a GPS pin sent by their photographer. They are living like a local in a luxury Airbnb that no local could ever afford. It is a performance, and the main product they are selling is a fantasy that you too can buy. This performance of authenticity is incredibly damaging. It creates a new kind of travel pressure. Before, you just had to go somewhere and enjoy it. Now you have to go somewhere and prove you had an authentic experience. This often means copying the same poses in the same locations that influencers have made famous. Travelers flock to a specific swing in Bali or a particular rooftop in Morocco, not to experience the culture, but to get the same photo. The destination itself becomes secondary. The real goal is to create content that looks like the content you've already seen. It is a cycle of imitation disguised as exploration. The problem is that this influencer-driven travel is all surface, no substance. It's about aesthetics, not understanding. An influencer might post a photo in a stunning mosque, but their caption talks about their outfit instead of the building's history or its importance to the community. And they totally ignore how culturally inappropriate it is to pose in a mosque. They will eat a photogenic meal at a tourist trap restaurant and call it authentic cuisine, while ignoring the family-run eatery down the street. This teaches their followers to be consumers of scenery, not learners of culture. It encourages a travel style that is shallow, self-centered, and ultimately very boring. This trend has been made worse by technology. Social media algorithms reward what is popular, not what is true. A stereotypical image of Paris with the Eiffel Tower will always get more engagement than a photo showing a real Parisian neighborhood. Artificial intelligence can now create fake travel images that look completely real, blurring the lines even further. The platforms are designed to promote simple, repetitive, and eye-catching content. In this environment, a nuanced, thoughtful exploration of a different culture doesn't stand a chance. The algorithm prefers the cliché. Now, let me tell you about a different approach. For years, I've been trying to show people how to travel with their eyes and hearts open. The goal is not to get the perfect photo. The goal is to connect with people. It's about understanding that the world is not a museum or a theme park. It is a living, breathing place full of real people who are just as complex and interesting as you are. This kind of travel requires a little more effort. It means putting your phone down and starting a conversation. It means trying something new, even if it's not pretty enough for Instagram. Real travel is about learning. It's about understanding the why behind what you see. Why is that church built that way? What historical events shaped the food people eat here? What are the political issues that people are talking about in the cafes? When you start asking these questions, you are no longer a tourist. You are a student of the world. You learn that stereotypes are lazy. You discover that the dangerous neighborhood on the news is actually a friendly community full of families. And the exotic country is home to people worrying about the same things you do: their jobs, their kids, and the price of groceries. This is what I call traveling through the back door. It means stepping away from the tourist crowds and seeking out genuine experiences. It means hiring a local guide and asking them about their life. It means eating at a restaurant where you are the only foreigner. It means admitting you don't know everything and being open to having your assumptions challenged. This is where the real magic of travel happens. It's not in the perfectly posed photo. It's in the unexpected moments of human connection that change the way you see the world. This approach is the opposite of what most influencers promote. It's not about you. It's about them, the people whose home you are visiting. It's about showing respect, curiosity, and humility. It's about understanding that you are a guest in their world. When you travel this way, you bring home more than just souvenirs and photos. You bring home a deeper understanding of humanity. You bring home empathy, and that is the greatest souvenir of all. It's the one thing that will make your life richer long after your vacation is over. So where do we go from here? The world of filtered fantasies and lazy stereotypes is powerful. It's easy, it's attractive, and it's everywhere. But you have a choice. You can choose to be a passive consumer of this content, or you can choose to be a thoughtful, critical traveler. The first step is to question what you see. When you see a post about a timeless village, ask yourself, what is being left out of the frame? What does modern life really look like there? Who benefits from this simplified story? Being a smart traveler starts long before you book a flight. It starts with being a smart consumer of media. Next, when you travel, make a conscious effort to break the script. Go ahead, see the famous landmarks. They are famous for a reason. But then, put the checklist away. Wander down a random street. Visit a local market on a weekday morning, not just the tourist craft market. Use public transportation. Read a book by an author from the country you are visiting. Learn a few words of the local language. These small efforts send a powerful message. I see you. I respect your home. I am here to learn, not just to take. Remember that your travel choices have a real impact. When you choose to spend your money at a locally owned business instead of a multinational chain, you are supporting the local economy. When you treat people with respect and curiosity instead of as photo props, you are building bridges of understanding. These individual actions might seem small, but they add up. Together, they can challenge the harmful narratives pushed by irresponsible media and influencers. They can help create a travel culture that is based on mutual respect, not on exploitation. Ultimately, the goal of travel should be to make our world feel a little smaller and our minds a little bigger. It's about replacing stereotypes with real human faces and stories. It's about understanding that the most beautiful thing about our world is not its perfect photo opportunities, but its messy, complicated, and wonderful diversity. So I urge you, be a traveler, not a tourist. Look for the truth beyond the filter. Challenge the stereotypes. And in doing so, you will not only enrich your own life, but you will also help make the world a more understanding and connected place. Happy travels.